Guys, this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule.
Visit BetterHelp.com/DPT today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DPT.
Stick around, make a sound, there's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population Brennan. Neal Brennan, welcome back. You've done studio versions. You've done live versions of this show.
This is the cutest version I think I've ever done.
It's adorable, right?
Dumb
People Town
really
sign.
nice.
Our little basement
A lot
down
of
here.
people, neon's hard to find, but somehow you guys tracked it down.
Neon is one of our most precious resources.
One of the 7 neon stores near my house.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I can't believe crazy that none of those stores have neon signs to promote their own store. How expensive it is. Why would they? You don't spend the company money.
82% of all businesses in LA are just money laundering.
Is that what it is?
Don't you think?
I don't know.
There's a
Dan, I thought you
Peruvian-
were
there's a-
coming with like a real stat.
there's a
I like
Peruvian
that
res-
as like a MO though. You go like 73% of people.
Hey, if you
are-
say it, if you start with the number, people
don't
believe
you
whatever
think?
you say.
And then you're like, wait, I thought it. I thought you just said it.
You said
and
it.
then-
I'm just out here.
Well,
repeating
you're
it.
implanting a thought in my
This is
head.
how misinformation gets
There's a
out.
Peruvian
Exactly.
restaurant by my house no one's ever walked into or out of. And it's,
Peruvian.
and it's always open. And it's behind a 7-Eleven. So they're just, money's going in and money's going out.
It's my favorite restaurant.
I fucking
Christ.
wish.
It's
I
a
wish.
it's a Peruvian restaurant / Pokemon card thing.
I
called
hope so.
Machu Picchu.
I hope they're thriving.
Okay, all right.
Just
Let's
stop it.
Shall we get into a story because the world's getting dumber? Shall we,
Yeah, let's
please?
do it.
All right, and we'll talk about Neal's special, which Jay and I saw we saw it live in
Yeah.
Montreal. We'll
And-
talk about it later.
And
Why are we
Moontower.
talking about it now? Let's
So
get into it
wonderful.
later. All right, you ready? Here we go. This one's sent in by our good friend Jake Groney. We have a few people who sent it
At Jake Rooney, too.
At Jake Groney. The way to do it is just at Sklar Brothers, at Daniel Van Kirk on Twitter. Yes, we're still on Twitter. It's ridiculous. I don't even know why. And then hashtag Dumb People Town. And then it's in an order. And we have a backlog of stories. You ready? Greenfield woman accused of stealing a certain amount. We'll guess that amount
Okay,
later.
that'll be fun.
But you'll
Of
tell
money.
us how much it was.
Dan will guess and then say, right?
Tell us,
80%.
and then we'll go, really?
8,700.
Don't you think? No. You motherfucker. You got it again.
$8,700.
Accused of stealing a certain amount of money from corn stand over several weeks. So this is like a plot. Like someone still has a corn stand.
Neil, where are you from?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I don't know if this will be relatable
I'm just
for
here to
you.
podcast, bro. I'm not here to make friends.
Well, I don't know if you'll relate to this.
I'm from Philly. Outside Philly.
Okay, I don't know if they have this outside Philly. They have I know
Corn
where-
stand?
Corn stands.
Where a lot of places where
porn
it's
stands.
an on your honor system, whether it's like firewood or vegetables, any
Throw
sort
the
of
money in
produce.
the can.
Yes.
Yeah,
just-
the
okay.
1800s. Yeah, we had that.
The only time I ever saw one was in Peru. If you want to go back to the Peruvian restaurant, the giant corn with the very thick, enormous.
Yeah.
Like that was take it from this thing and throw the
drop money in.
Yes.
Driving up to the cabin in Wisconsin, you pass at least a dozen of these, whether it's firewood or fruit. Or
I think in small
vegetables.
communities it works because people are like they feel reassured by
There's
like,
honor. Places where there might still
Yes,
be honor.
100%.
or they need it. They need there to be honor. They're like, this is basically all we got is that we can trust each other.
But they still need to. Yeah, everybody. We need honor too. We just don't have any.
No, we don't.
That's the problem.
For them, this is like, I'm going to drop my dollar in, and this is what's keeping us from the purge.
And this
Right?
woman,
Yes.
and this woman is trying to bring on the purge.
She is bringing it
like-
on. She's like, I'm going to now take advantage of that.
Right.
This crazy woman. Hancock County, Indiana. A Greenfield woman. I love that Hancock County, Indiana, but this woman is from somewhere else. She's like, I'm going to a different county to go.
She
fuck
drives
up
to
a
different
corn-
counties, too.
That's
Yeah.
right.
To
She's
steal the
crossing
corn.
county lines. Can that be like
She's the
can you
Smokey
bump
and the
up the
Bandit.
offense?
Over $6 in corn.
Exactly.
Well, we'll find out. A Greenfield woman is accused of taking money from a self-serve corn stand over several weeks. So that's the other thing to me is that this wasn't just I got this idea right now. This is a plot over time.
Several's at least 5.
If I just take a little bit, and she doesn't need it to survive, right? Like
The money?
we'll see.
We don't know.
Resulting in a substantial loss for the business owner, allege court documents. The police investigation began on September 4th when the Hancock Sheriff's
I'll never
Department-
forget 9/4.
We'll never forget.
I'll never forget where I was.
The owner told police that she runs a self-serve stand with her family. And again, the people are like, this is the question that they have to ask themselves. Do we continue running a self-serve stand? Or
And
we
are
at
you
the point
running
where-
it? Are you technically
it's
The
running
other
it?
thing is the amount of don't animals get to it? I would think that
To the
animals. I
money
would think that
at
the
night.
amount of like fencing and maybe
Sure.
electrify the fence,
Yeah.
and then maybe you hire a security guard, and then you just have a store. You should have just opened.
Just
there's no
open a store.
Just get
How
a.
about one sniper trained on
of
the
course,
money
that's
thing?
what I'm saying.
And
From far away.
That's right. We can't see it. You
Yeah.
think no one's
Right,
there.
it's Bradley
Lift
Cooper.
up your thing.
What was that movie? American Sniper.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really surprised
Chris
that movie did
Kyle.
well. Fucking American Sniper.
I mean, I thought
sign
that
me up.
It was on target. All right. So the owner told police that she runs self-serve stand with her family in front of their home on the country road of 600 North. Put that on the walking tour. If anybody lives near this, you got to go and take pictures. Of
What
this
state
thing.
are we in?
This is in
Greenfield,
Indiana.
Indiana.
Hancock County.
Yeah. Hancock County.
Hancock.
Well,
sorry,
she's
Hancock.
from somewhere else.
All right. The stand works on the honor system with customers expected to leave cash inside the
We
money
get it,
bin
yes.
in the mailbox. All right. So Teresa Kiner, according to a probable affidavit, the owner told police caught a woman taking money. So she's you got to guess video it, right?
That's what Neal's saying.
That's
If
what I'm
you have
saying.
to
The
set up
amount of
a-
infrastructure you need to have a self-serve
Right.
corn stand. So you're it's a 30-cent value of the thing people are exchanging for.
Yes.
Just open a
Just
Walmart.
hire a worker,
or
right?
put someone
exactly.
there.
Yes, put
someone
put
there.
a kid there.
And if this ends up being a lot of money, that means your self-serve stand was doing great.
you want to do the over/under on how much money it will be?
Oh,
We're going to probably try to guess exactly.
We're going to guess exactly.
But I'm saying if it's a lot,
Where
then
what do you think it is
it's
now
worth
at this
putting
point in the
somebody there.
story?
Over how long?
weeks.
weeks.
She said
Several
several
weeks.
weeks.
Several weeks. What do you think it was?
probably
over
$10 for a
$16.
dozen.
60.
$10 a dozen. I'm going to say that she cased this joint. I'm going to say $2,000.
2,000. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna think it's a lot. I think it's like $6,000.
Okay,
I'm not.
So we're just going to keep all that in, then we'll get to it later. Okay.
I'm crazy, but I might be right.
Do you want to answer
Neal's
next?
You guys from
face.
a corn economy? Where are you
This is
from?
over several weeks. If it depends on how
He said $16. There's no way the owners would be
$16
wild.
The premise of the show: dumb people.
I know, but affidavit
fair.
in court and
That's
shit,
fair.
like court dates, taking this woman to.
Let me just
You
say
know
that,
what?
like,
It's about the principle.
you
Go
said
ahead.
$16, you said 2,000, you said 6,000. One of you is exactly right.
What?
it's me.
You think it's you?
100%.
Do you think it's you?
I think it's me, and he
Double down.
obviously
Do you
thinks
think it's
Double
you?
down.
Dude, you know what?
You know
Split.
I think it's
Split.
Dumble down.
I'm
Do you think it's
splitting.
you?
Yeah,
You know-
let's do it.
You know I think I.
All right,
you know
give
I
us the
think I'm
answer right
The
now.
answer is $2,000.
Oh,
Dan is
Daniel,
right.
shit.
God damn it. So
Do
the-
I know the premise of this show?
Yeah, I know. So it should be what Neal said. All right. So the owner
Guys, that's barely enough for a dozen ears of corn.
The owner put the woman's photo on Facebook. That's when you're like, I have no
Hey.
other recourse but to get someone's racist uncle involved. Let's put it on Facebook.
They're on Facebook.
That's like Interpol for dumb people.
yeah.
It is dumb Interpol.
In
It's like
some
a-
communities, that's made it to the diner before you even got
Yeah,
there.
that's like that's literally what Facebook Marketplace.
You
was
seen
designed
this?
for.
Like
Yeah.
that's what someone walks in. They're not even holding up a paper. You seen this, and they
Yes.
know what they're Facebook. Yep, we're
The owner
they're in.
told police Kiner herself called her
Honey,
on
this just came through on Facebook. Go ahead.
fresh off the
Yeah,
and they
off
printed
the
it out.
printer.
She definitely breaking news, printing out Facebook pages. That's great.
Oh,
That's
could you
September 3rd,
imagine?
and asked for her picture to be taken off. So this.
So she
woman
chimed in?
Called the owner. So Kiner called the owner who put
I
it up.
can't
on
be
Facebook.
having my name be smirched on Facebook.
Why are
is
you
what she
putting my
said.
picture on Facebook? And again, I think her accusing the owner of doing something wrong, coming in hot, is like gonna try and throw her
No,
off.
any
the scent.
relationship you've ever been in, if you get into a fight and they call you on something you did wrong,
You fight fire. You double. You go.
make it about
Yeah,
something
but
else.
Yes.
yes, and
It's
also
called gaslighting,
Well, your corn
and it's
sucks.
what
Yes.
most good relationships are built around.
based
It is the
on-
basis of every great relationship.
Probably
today.
never heard of it, idiot.
All right. So she reportedly
GASLIGHTING.
She reportedly denied taking the money at first and then told the owner she returned how much money back in the bin. So she's like, I didn't do it. And then she's like, you know what? I returned actually. I took it and then returned how much. So now you got to
Definitely
get this
not what she
What is
took.
she willing to admit?
Exactly. This is what this is about.
How many beers you have tonight, sir?
One,
All
two,
right.
one, two. My kids went to a party and they were like, recently. And
Yeah.
I was like, how much did you have to drink? And they're like, 1. And then later, as I am talking to them later, I was like, okay, so how many did you
Later,
have?
as you have them chained to the radiator. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just know I'm like, later, we're kind of, so how many did you have?
Yeah.
And they're like,
2.
So we're
So
at 4?
like, change. You just got to keep talking.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep the conversation going. Then it's like 2 beers and a truly.
Then you leave the
okay.
room. Your wife comes in. Good cop, bad cop.
Good cop.
Look, Dad's been on one lately. I don't know what's going on.
Just tell me the real number, and then he
Like,
won't
'cause
come
he
back
can't
in.
take it. Like
She
if
comes
you
back in
tell
and
me
she's
the
like,
truth now.
3 beers and 2 Trulies. I'm like, son of a bitch. All right. So how much did she admit that she put back in the bin? This crazy. one.
$300.
Okay. What do you think?
I think like $500, and she thought she was a saint.
$1,100.
So she's okay.
Because then she gets to go, I didn't even keep 1,000.
You're gonna learn so much about her when I tell you how much money she admitted to the owner that she put back.
$30.
$90.
90?
This woman.
Not
This
even-
woman is thinking she's getting
How
away with
much?
all of it.
Not even 5%.
$2,000.
And she's like, I put
But
90.
how the fuck are what?
How much money are they
is this
making on this
worth?
corn stand? I know exactly.
Well, if it's sweet corn season and they're putting it out there every single day at around at least $10 to $20
Have you
a
ever
dozen,
taken
depending
corn-
on I don't know
Dan,
Indiana
taking
prices.
corn on the grill? All right, you grill it up and you get some of the dark grill chard marks on it.
Yeah, you know what we're talking.
Cut it off
Okay.
into a frying pan with butter.
Oh yeah,
Little salt, garlic salt
Little
on it,
paprika.
and you make this very delicious plate of thing.
And you sell it for $2,000.
$2,000
Okay.
at a nice at like the French laundry that's $2,000.
Fine. All right. So they say that they counted 18 instances from August 28th to September 3rd where she allegedly took corn from the stand and then helped herself to the money by looking at
August
the footage.
28th to September 3rd. That's 1 week.
yeah.
18 instances.
$2,000?
$2,000. 18.
That's once they,
They
set up
could
the
hire
camera.
2 snipers.
Yeah, that's once
With
they
that
set up the
money.
camera,
Like,
right?
You could pay a sniper $50.
Ex fucking Marine,
You want to go get
ex-military.
$50 to knock this?
Like
shoot
they
her,
do Joe Rogan security on the side.
shoot her hand off. Just shoot her hand off. You don't have to kill
Yeah,
her.
like 24-hour security.
Let's see how good of a marksman
With
you are.
benefits, like not they
For
only
sure.
work 25 hours a week. They're fresh.
Dental.
This is going to be a name drop. Randy and I had a meeting with Steven Seagal once. He comes into the meeting, finds the chair, like a chair that he thinks in case he has to pounce, which is what he said. He needs
Pounce?
a chair in case he
yeah,
has
in
to
case
pounce.
I need to
Little-
pounce.
he's a little
Pounce.
cat.
Coming with him is like a 5'7" German guy. Doesn't speak a word of English, strapped with a backpack.
No, it's a backpack that should be on the back,
But he's
it's
wearing
on
it on the
so you
front.
can
front.
get
like a
guns out.
parachute.
Yeah, but also so he can have
Still the wrong way.
Parachute
Still
out
the
of
wrong
this-
way
out
to
of the
work.
relationship. But I mean, and we're like, that guy.
How many
has-
guns or grenades
He has
does he
guns
have in
and
there?
grenades. There's shit in there. This is the guy, and I guarantee you, Seagal wasn't paying him anything.
No.
$50 a day, maybe. He just
like, I'll
wanted to
train
be
you.
tough.
I mean,
I'll train
but
you.
Life lessons, priceless.
Live.
You can't put a price tag on
No,
the
you
life
can't.
lessons he's given this
And
guy.
also the joy to play with the toys.
Right.
So,
So
you,
look-
like you're saying, $50 a day, you could get a sniper to take out.
So
whoever's
this is what
there.
the police said. I watched the videos, and on all of them, security videos, you can see what happens to be what appears to be Teresa Kiner come up, grab the corn, place it into a plastic bag, and then put her hand in the mailbox with the money, and on some occasions looked like she was making change.
Oh yeah, she's
So
going
she's
through the motions.
going through the motion.
Like
She
I
didn't even know there's a camera there.
right.
Oh, the old like
Yeah.
great.
In one,
Bad
Empty hand,
magic.
does it make
Yeah.
a little thing.
in one video, the woman can be heard
Licking her,
counting.
licking her
She
thumb.
can be heard counting the
Pretending
money.
to do math.
Puts on a fucking green
Visor.
Yeah, green visor.
She has a
and fucking-
change belt.
Yeah, exactly. Really going for it.
She said she'd only been to the corn stand 3 times in 2020. This
Bitch, they
bitch
got
is
you
caught
18
lying
times in
everywhere.
1 week.
Right. She told police that her picture was on Facebook, falsely accusing her of stealing it. After the
That's what she's
question
most concerned
confirmed-
about?
Yeah, no. So after the questioning continued, investigators say Kiner told that she might have dementia. So she got questioned enough. I don't believe this. I'm telling you, I do not
she
believe
said
this.
I might have dementia.
I might have dementia.
How would she know?
Can I tell y'all something? That's how she. That's what she said before she said I got.
Can I be
dementia.
serious?
I
Can I be real
might
with you?
could have dementia.
Can I be real with
Can
you?
I be all bullshit aside?
can't be real.
She starts.
I might have dementia.
I didn't want to say this to
Yeah,
you guys.
because I know y'all got a lot with
could have
Facebook and
some
everything.
dementia.
Yeah, just FYI.
Just
And I don't even know if I've already told you this. I might
For a
have
bit
said
of
this
context,
already.
yeah, I might have done told you this twice already. I don't know. There's no way for me to know.
oh my God. So the owner
Sniper.
said, this is where you hire Seagal's German guy to snipe the hell out of this
Snipe
thing.
it.
Owner said after looking at the numbers, they believe that the total loss of missing cash and corn. So they're going to put corn and cash together.
Value, yeah.
I should have told you that
Package
was around $2,000, but could possibly be more.
Well, of course, if she hit 18 times in a week, and that's only when they videotaped her, she'd been hitting this for a while.
So she was charged with 18 counts of theft. I'm going to show you her picture, and then we're going to figure out how old do you think
we get to
this-
guess her age after we look at her?
Do
I
you
love
want
it. No, I love it.
Because sometimes the
That's
picture,
so much fun.
Sometimes the
It's
picture can
deceiving.
mess
Great,
you
'cause
up.
I know she's going to be white, so I'm very comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
You're comfortable about the age? Okay, so this is, and we'll put this on our.
Pinch, zoom that
And
out.
let's
Do a
decide
little-
if she has dementia or not. Just looking at her.
I mean, what do we think? Okay, here.
She is.
You don't. She has. I don't think she got dementia.
She does not
got
have
mental
dementia.
She got Betty Davis eyes.
She
I'll
got.
tell you
She got
that.
them.
She got her hair colored.
She got them bangs.
She has cult hair.
She is.
She has.
If you told me
purple-
she was a leader of the cult where everyone put the purple shoes
I don't
on,
think she'd be the leader. I think she'd be the right hand woman.
right, like the enforcer.
like they called her Mama.
Osho's lady. Osho's
God, I
gal.
watched that shit out
Who's
of that.
still apparently
Wild Country?
doing
a law?
doing
a lawyer?
things.
He's like a lawyer? Osha?
No, the lady.
No, the woman. Yeah, the woman. That
Yeah,
woman.
I can't remember her name.
I can't
I want to
either.
say
Boy,
Rita,
she was
but that's
great.
not
Oh,
why.
that's
Yeah, you're
something.
not
That you're
wrong.
in
You're
the
not far
wheelhouse.
off.
Yeah, you're
that-
directionally correct.
That gal, she was like crazy. I mean, nuts. And the oh god,
She was ruthless.
ruthless.
She's still doing it. Neil's saying.
Ma'anan Sheila.
Ma'anan Sheila, very
Yes.
good.
Yes,
I was
thank
like
you.
Rita
Thank
Sheila, something.
you
It was
got it.
like a woman who used to work in an office in 1986.
Mm-hmm.
The front office woman. Talk to Rita about it.
How
Talk
old
to
is she?
Ma'anan Sheila.
All right, how we guess how old this lady
All right,
is?
how old do you think she is?
66 years old.
In her 50s.
So hit an
Give me a
age.
number.
58.
Okay. 66, 58.
I'm gonna say 62.
One of you, or we are 1 year off. One of you is 1 year off.
Okay.
So you go up or down a
I'll go
year.
down to 65.
Okay, what do you think?
63.
And
59.
59. Okay. Get your answers in, Townies. First story down the books. We're going to talk about Neil's special right after the break. This gal, Teresa Kiner, stole nearly $2,000 or maybe more of corn and cash.
Definitely smokes.
67 years old.
Oh,
Daniel, very good.
close.
All right. First story down in the
Guys,
books.
hot today.
Well,
This is
Dan, you're
hot.
next. You're next.
You guys doubt me about money laundering percentage in Los Angeles?
We never.
You're
We
crazy.
fucking.
We would
We'll
never
take it
do
all
that.
back.
All right. We'll be right back with more Dumb People Town and Neal Brennan right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the show. Y'all, I might have dementia. We may have said this before, but in case we didn't, Neal Brennan has a beautiful special. It is a stand-up one-man show. It's
We
got
saw it at a 500 seat theater in Montreal, and it
best
was,
thing I saw at the festival.
Yep, I loved it so much.
And you ran it at Moon Tower too, right? I think so.
Yeah, without the props.
The wall is beautiful.
Oh, and you said like though they fucked up the wall when we did the thing that we did. There was like one performance.
yeah, there
we
was-
saw, and
yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
they
there was-
screwed up. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
It was
beautiful. It's called Blocks, and then there is a subsequent podcast called Block.
Subsequently,
subsequently
the Blocks
come to find
podcast.
out,
Yeah.
comes out of
Turns
it.
out
I'm making a podcast.
So it's it was, you know, it was what I loved, and I told you about this at like the after party, but I'll just say it out into the world right now, is that it was like one of those shows, a one-man show done where the comedy is on the absolute highest level of the stand-up bits and whatnot, but it was fun to watch you take your time and not have to like dance
What
for
else?
dance for a stand-up audience and actually take your time and talk about what's behind a lot of this stuff. To me,
Right.
was like that was equally as fun and deepening, and it was just really cool. I was like, this is such a great way for you to present what our brilliant stand-up premise is, but then to go deeper into the stuff. And of course, mental health being a backdrop of it, I was like, this is so relevant, so good. So I'm very excited that it's making its way out to the world.
It's on Netflix, and it's
Yeah, it's out
and
now.
It's out now, and the podcast. So the blocks mean like things that make me feel like something's wrong with me, like
Yeah.
emotional blocks, mental blocks, whatever.
Right.
And so I have other people come on the podcast and tell me what their blocks are. And that's been great because it's people that I don't, like, I know Sebastian pretty well, but I don't know like what his problems are.
Oh, I love the clip where he's talking about blocks of people who have pictures of themselves.
Oh yeah, like
in their
why
house.
we have people who have, one of his blocks is he doesn't understand people who have paintings of themselves in their own house.
Of themselves. That's a good
Letterman did it. Nikki Glaser did it.
Yeah.
Taylor Tomlinson. Bobby Lee was great. So I've had good people on, and yeah, it's yeah. So I got a special, and I got a podcast.
I love it. And it's worth watching. Again, like I'm gravitating more towards this type of performance in general. We love stand up and we're way into it, but I like seeing it pulled out.
We're old and we're contemplative people now.
We are.
I think that should be a part of it as we are starting to figure out what is the next thing that we do with this current hour of our stuff. We saw your show and we're like, ooh, that's very inspiring, and maybe there is sort of whatever is important to us and version of what we're doing that would fit into that for us. But
People have more of an appetite for interesting shit. Like everyone does stand up.
Yeah.
They can get stand up anywhere. So if you give them like stand up plus a little something else, knock
And
yourself
also,
out.
once you frame it that way, it gives you that permission to not be like, I haven't said a joke in a minute and a half.
yeah, people are like, what the fuck is going on?
Right. But once you step away from that, it allows you that. That's what I mean. Burr Bigley, like that's.
Yeah.
He was like, well, I went to his opening night here in town.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which
the
one of you
taper.
guys went to?
Me.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did too, I think.
You- okay.
Yeah, that-
And I looked around the room, right, and it was all of our friends and all these people we know, and I thought to myself, this is the difference between theater and stand-up, because if this was the night of his special being taped, none
Nobody
of us
would
would
go.
come.
Yeah, it would all be his.
We'd know. We would support and we would love him. And we'd
Yeah,
tell
of
everybody in the
course.
world from the mountaintops
yeah.
to go see Mike's thing.
I'd post a story.
Yes, but we
Or
wouldn't
we'd come and hang backstage.
maybe.
Right.
Hey, I'll be there at the after. What time are you guys doing it? I'll try to swing by. But we wouldn't go to the show. But once you say that, and I felt the same way about yours too. It's oh, this is going to be an artistic expression beyond just stand-up,
Yes.
which we already do.
Yes.
And so I want to see what this person's theatrical
Right.
interpretation of their words are.
And
so
part
you get
of
all
it
these
is
people
like,
to come
what
out.
the fuck are you doing? But,
There is a
but the
little.
other part of it's
There's a
like,
little.
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a little of that, but nobody would go to a special. But everybody
No.
wanted to go to an opening night of a show.
Of a
Yeah,
theater
maybe
show.
get
Yeah.
your picture taken.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It also feels, and you feel like you feel cool. It feels sophisticated.
It does.
Because
It
stand-up's, still got like a sticky reputation.
Yeah.
Which it needs a little bit.
Well, but
Yes, I agree.
I agree with that.
There are, if we go up with you at the Comedy Store, we go up in the main room still, and you follow like headliners, and you
Yeah.
follow people who do a whole character and a shtick and a big thing, and a lot of people come see them, and you do have to step up and you have to deliver jokes on a pretty rapid basis. It's hard to like 100% take your time and just like,
Oh,
your
you
your
can't
payoff
do that
has
at
to.
the
If
store.
you're going to
Explore
no,
at the
if your
store.
your payoff has to be miles beyond whatever this weird slow burn was.
I always say if
and you get one of those.
don't
Hit them
do
right away.
in the first 20 seconds at the Comedy Store, if you don't if you say anything unfunny, they will never forgive you.
they're done. Yeah.
You just are going to waste 15 minutes of your time.
That's it.
And part of the reason they're done is because they know you aren't going to be up there for very long.
Yeah, you're
So
15
they don't have to
minutes.
reinvest. Oh, good. I'm going to run to the bathroom.
Person they're
because-
coming to see is maybe after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very dark in the room.
Yeah.
And there's no, why would I even be nice to this person?
That's right.
100%.
That's right. Yeah,
100%.
on accountability.
It's a great
Anyway,
test, though.
super psyched about
Blocks.
it.
Blocks the
Blocks.
podcast.
Everybody,
Blocks the
blocks.
special.
I love it. Daniel, people can see you, DanielVanKirk.com.
Yeah, go to danielvankirk.com. I got my monthly that I do in Houston, where I'm also working out new stuff. And then Irene, too, and I have our show at the Lyric Hyperion Theater. It's a lyric comedy hour every Wednesday. I'll be at Moon Tower again this year doing stand-up
there.
and shows. I think we're going to do a Dump People Town there.
We are going to do another one. That was so fun that we did with you last year. And we have
When
all-
is Moontower? May?
April 21st to the 23rd.
there's
I
one
think is the
weekend
we
before,
were
and
there.
then we're in the last weekend.
Yeah.
But
It was great to see you there last year.
Oh, yeah.
so fun. And we're going to do Tag It, that show that we do. Do you ever do that show with us?
Yeah.
It's
Not
so fun
hear
where
that.
you go
Very
up and do
fun.
stand up and then we just pitch you a bunch of, we're
Yep.
writing tags and whatnot. It's so much fun. We might actually start doing that at the Comedy Store, like up in the belly room, and then kind of working, and then maybe
So
do
say to
it.
people who are like you, who are coming to do a set, like, come bring up like 8 minutes you're working
Great.
on, and we're going to just write tags for you.
It's
becomes-
basically
Well, and
take,
the fuck around part on stage after the set
is
is what's so fun with you
So it's
guys.
basically taking what we do in the hallway up to the belly room, like outside. So we might do that. So anyway, supersklars.com, check all that stuff out. And again, still waiting to hear if we're going to do another season of The Nosebleeds, which was our old
Blast.
cheap seat show for UFC.
Hopefully we know.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp, and we can't be happier about that because we are all therapy people. My wife is a therapist. We've all benefited from therapy. It can get you through really difficult times in your life, and it has for me, as well as transitions in your life. As you're making changes in your life, therapy is a wonderful sounding board and way to help you.
Of course, getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process. You know that, Jay, especially because we're always growing and changing. You're a different
Yes.
person now than you were in your 20s and your 30s.
Dan is a different person now than he was 45 minutes ago.
That's right, exactly. And therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding, because sometimes we don't know what we want.
That's right.
Or why we react the way that we do. So
Absolutely.
we need to
It's true.
talk things out. BetterHelp connects you with licensed therapists who can take on you on that journey of self-discovery. It's a
Yeah.
very important
You know, I
process.
mean, the great thing is too is like we all hopefully have friends, but they're not trained to be able to talk to you about the stuff that you're
That's
going through in
right.
your life, or the stuff that you went through earlier in your life, or the stuff that you are starting to go through. And so, for me personally, having a therapist is having a place to put, whether it's the day-to-day frustrations or the big arcs in my life that I find challenging, and having that place there with an objective person who can listen and give me, qualified professional thoughts and responses is like the best part of it.
Let me say this to you. If you're thinking about therapy at all or starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. All you got to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Right, Jay?
There you go. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/DPT today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DPT. Get 10% off your first month. We believe in it, guys, and we know you will too.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Daniel, let's jump into
Ready?
this right now.
Story number 2, sent in by Matthew Friedman at Not Your Average Matt, AVG Matt.
Thanks, buddy.
Here we go. A man died after eating a bag of black licorice every day.
So I'm getting older and I like black licorice.
Are you for
I'm
real?
admitting that shit.
That means you're old.
This is a sign
Did
of
you
I like Fernet, but that's
You didn't
about
like it
far
as a
goes.
kid.
did you
hated it as a kid.
and something happened to your mouth?
I think
It's like physiological.
Yeah, like what happened to your mouth?
it's like, like someone has like a stroke and then they can speak Italian.
Yeah.
That's sort of what happened with like black licorice for me. And
You raised 2 kids and ate black licorice?
I raised the goddamn kids, and all of a sudden I'm like, what's this? And it has
Did
to
you
be,
think you were going to like it when
Dan,
you
it has to be, it can't be like stiff and like
It's gotta be
crunchy.
really
It has to be
chewy.
chewy and fresh.
While you're chewing
now
it,
that's fresh licorice.
How fresh is that licorice?
It's so
I
good.
want it
Jason's,
fresh.
I'm not saying, but Jason's over here printing out Facebook pages.
I'm in a group called Black Licorice.
Jay will be chewing on his black licorice
I'm in a
and telling
face-
me about colonial
More-
pennies.
more gum
I'm
in
in a
it.
Facebook group called Black Licorice Matters. And
Okay.
here, look,
At
the
Sklar
point
Brothers.
is, no, I'm telling you, I
Absolutely not.
absolutely
no, guys,
not.
you know we could.
I love it so much, and it is.
You love it?
I love it, and I was at Gelson's, name
Okay.
drop, and I was like, I'm getting this. I'm getting this for my house.
Get
you know?
your hands off me. I'm
No,
kidding.
I'm getting this.
And
knowing
like
that no
three
one
people
else in my
can't-
house is
How
gonna like
funny is
it?
it?
It's for
You
me.
reach for it and 3 people come. Sir, that's for much.
Oh,
older.
I was going to say, once
for
you
a much older
once
person.
you walk up with black licorice, they assume you do not want to mess with self-checkout.
Right.
Like,
Like you don't
they're like-
understand
Yeah,
it.
like,
They're like,
so
oh,
that's
you-
not for you.
Yeah, yeah,
Sir,
yeah.
do you have any
Sir, get away
coupons you
from
want to
that.
use?
Rosemary, my 92-year-old grandmother, loves black licorice.
I'm
course
your
she does.
grandmother. That's who I became.
She would recommend the Trader Joe's, which is what I buy her.
Jay,
when I
you're the
get
matriarch of a family.
no, mine
You're
is this
wild.
Australian.
So you're not on
brand.
this black
I like
licorice
it.
tip. it.
I think it's okay. I wouldn't reach for it ever. I mean, it give me like a weird.
When did you even bump into it?
Yeah. So I think
Who had it?
Whose
And that was the
retirement
only
party?
thing you ate.
Whose 10 a.m. retirement party were you
this
at?
is the only.
It
good
was
thing.
it was in a basket at something, either a comedy festival or something. I broke it out because I was really hungry.
The ARP comedy convention.
It was like
Probably a good gig.
No, because
Probably
they
a
know
good
that
gig.
Kind bars are too crunchy for old people's teeth. That you don't want to.
I cracked it open. I don't know what it was there for. I tried it, and I was like, wait a
it's
minute.
good.
Do I like this now? Who am I anymore?
Yeah.
question
You-
everything.
you.
You
And
question
then I'm
everything.
like, you know what? I'm not going to fight this. It's like weird. It's like, you know,
I
what do
love
you, so
the-
I like
Dude,
this.
that,
I like,
by the way,
This
when
is
you
Jason's
discover
episode.
that you like someone putting a thumb in your ass.
This is Jason's
I'm
episode of
assuming
Blocks,
it's that.
by the
No,
way.
no,
It was
no.
like, I
have
like
you
black
have you ever spoken to a psychic before and had any work done with a psychic?
Yeah.
Ever? Yeah. So it's not something I pay for myself. We turned 50 last year, and someone got it for me as a gift. I'm like, this is the best.
No, you don't buy it yourself.
This is
No,
the
you don't.
best,
Someone
most
gave it.
indulgent
It was
gift
in
ever.
the
It's at a
car.
party.
Somebody left it.
It's at a party. Someone hired a tarot
you-
card.
But I love that Jason's having his own, like,
I'm
a black
doing
licorice
this.
version of an ayahuasca trip where he's
Well,
like,
no,
so
that's
this
what I'm
This is
thinking.
who
It's
I
like
am
that
as a
we're
person.
like,
This is my
Right,
fucking
no, no, no.
burning, man.
We
Let me
all
have
have
it.
this on a
turned into
deep
blocks
level.
without fucking
what I'm
without me having to announce it.
So
Go ahead.
this became an episode of Vlogs. No, but when I talked to the psychic at the beginning, I didn't want to give her too much because I just was like, I want to see what this woman comes
Sure.
with. But I said, let me just tell you from the jump, I do not believe that this is going to work. However, I'm open-minded enough
Love
that
that.
I hope something happens.
Yeah, just be
and if
open.
it does, I'm not going to deny that it happens.
Yes,
so
be
Jay
able
was
to
open
receive the energy.
Jay was open to receive the spiciness.
Why do we have
of
to
a-
have? Why do we have to say no to this based on the fact that it's black and it's not?
Would you eat a bag every day so that you die like this dumbass?
No, I
that's
did.
my worry for you.
This is now a cautionary.
He had no history of heart problems. He walked his dog regularly and worked a physical demanding job as a construction worker, according to his doctor.
That's
So
the
no-
same thing as me. This is my life in a
basically,
nutshell.
so no stress whatsoever. I mean, construction is about as easy as it
well,
gets.
I think we're going to end up, they kind of lay some stuff in here. They're like, you sure it was a black licorice? Here, well, we'll get to it. Then in January 2019, he collapsed at a McDonald's and died. Well, okay. First off,
First of all, he's at a McDonald's.
not driving through.
Inside.
He's there.
Walked in.
Yeah.
So I think there's a window into his life.
He had just dropped his tray off in the garbage and was going back for a second. Yeah, okay.
He brings his own.
But blame black liquor. They're always blaming black stuff. Guys.
They are.
You
He
see what
brings
I'm
his
saying?
own gold ashtray that
Black
they got rid of
licorice.
25 years ago.
Black
He
licorice
walks in and they're like, David, do you want the usual? Like, that's how much
Yeah, exactly.
McDonald's knows this guy.
Do you guys remember the gold ashtrays at McDonald's?
Of course I
Oh,
do.
Yes.
God.
Yes. And it was always bent out of shape.
Always been.
Absolutely.
Always been. You probably were meeting there for coffee with your friends.
Did you guys
talking about
smoke?
the war?
No, never smoked
I
cigarettes.
smoked for 10 years.
Wow. How'd you, first of all, how'd you
Did
do
you do
it?
the book?
14 to 24.
Did you do the
quit?
book? Was it the book?
Hypnosis?
That made me quit?
Yeah.
No, I just decided I had to quit.
What?
That's great.
Because as a
Neil, that's very
Catholic
Carlin
person,
of
I
you.
like quitting things.
Yeah.
I like creating
Except marriage.
No, relationships.
No, that especially.
I know.
This is blocks.
And so, yeah, I like white knuckling.
There you go.
I like going cold turkey. That's my favorite kind of turkey. You like black licorice. I like
I
cold
like
turkey.
no hot turkey for this guy.
And yeah, so I quit.
Wow. My wife used hypnosis to quit.
Really?
And it worked. She's described it to me in a way of like, you know, I would go to a party and smoke, but then after she did the 4 sessions of hypnosis with this guy, Kerry Gaynor, who was here, who's like done it for a ton of people.
Every time she hears a car honk, she jumps out a window.
Yeah,
But besides
it's
that,
fine.
she doesn't
It's this
smoke
weird
anymore.
side
which is
effect.
fine.
That's okay. But no, but she sees a cigarette and she's like, oh,
Wow.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Just that idea.
But he did it on his own.
That's
I hypnotized
miraculous.
myself.
There you go.
Wow.
God damn.
But you did mentally just shut the door and then left. it.
Because if I smoke one, I'll smoke 40,000.
100%.
So
Right.
I just
well, this
can't.
guy who's
Do people
totally,
offer you? Have they offered since?
Have you been around at a party and been like,
course.
I haven't seen one. Yeah, people offer. Yeah, there's cigarette. I live in a world with cigarettes.
Yeah,
but when people smoke, I'm still like, you smoke. It's so crazy to me.
yeah, that's amazing that
Same.
you put that idea in your head.
Okay, so he's in a McDonald's, which I'm sure has nothing to do.
No,
it's
no,
all black
it's all
licorice.
black
Not
licorice.
Sure, he's getting
McDonald's.
salad,
But
yeah.
you see McDonald's just walking like this.
Hey,
Yeah. We just found him.
checking for black licorice.
The likely culprit, they say, black licorice, according to the doctors who treated him and who published their findings in the New England Journal of Medicine.
What?
The report said the man from Massachusetts had consumed 1 to 2 large bags of licorice a day For how long? How long do you think it took him?
Dan. I'm not there yet.
How long do you think it took him?
1 to 2 large bags.
Every day for how long before they say it killed him?
At what point does he go from just
Jason,
a
I'm making
handful
you
to a
guess first.
large bag? I'll guess first. I'm going to say 10 years.
10 years.
Were you going to say that?
I was going to say 9 years.
Say it. 9. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to say 15 years.
15 years?
Dude, we popped off a IMA.
He consumed 1 to 2. The cause of his death is reportedly after consuming 1 to 2 large bags of black licorice every day for 3 weeks.
That's it?
That's it.
Wait, hang on a second. We're talking. So I'm dangerous.
We talking about licorice.
Jay, you're screwed. Jay,
You're writing checks.
That's right.
Your mouth's writing checks.
Black licorice. I don't even know what to do. I'm partially panicking right now.
You better really love this stuff.
I mean, I do. Obviously, I'm going to keep doing it. Dude, I have a good life insurance
I would pitch
policy.
black licorice as like an old person's Black Mirror.
Yes.
It's on the Hallmark Channel, and it's all technology that's already out, but that they don't know how to use yet.
Also, if this wasn't a plot on Murder, She Wrote, I don't know what was.
Also, I don't fault you for doing this, but if you're not watching this show on YouTube, Neal transformed into a Sith Lord a couple of seconds ago.
It's cold in here.
I know.
I agree with you. I said I don't fault you for it.
Seance, and my hood is up, and it's black.
You're going to lead him on his...
I feel like the acoustics on my mic have changed.
Oh, I know
you're
they
good.
100%
They
have.
certainly have changed in my ear.
So
Softer.
but the reason why it got colder is because when we start talking about black licorice, spirits of old dead people now enter
Gather
and
and waft through
so
the
there's
studio.
cool
The habit
cards,
of
et cetera,
eating
et
black
cetera.
licorice for only 3 weeks caused his potassium levels to drop precipitously,
Wow.
prompting a cardiac arrest, according to the study. He never regained consciousness after his collapse and died about 24 hours after he arrived at Massachusetts General Hospital.
Maybe this is what happened to DeMar Hamlin.
We almost didn't. At Sklar Brothers. We almost didn't believe it when we figured it out, says Dr. Jacqueline B. Henson.
Yeah.
Heir to the Henson estate. We were shocked and surprised. Aspiring doctors are taught in medical school that black licorice
Jacqueline B.
contains...
Henson is definitely a 90s sitcom that never materialized
for sure.
after living single.
Jacqueline B. Henson. You know how Henson be. Jacqueline B. Henson.
Baby Hensons. Aspiring doctors are taught in medical school that black licorice contains, glycyrrhizic, I don't know, acid, a plant extracted.
Jacqueline B. Henson keeps asking if we can be friends on Facebook.
For sure.
You're
It doesn't
I'm
have
not
a
even
profile
on. I
pic.
haven't
No,
checked it in
exactly.
4
You're like,
years.
how
How do I know you? We have 3 mutual
Yeah,
friends, but
like-
how do I know you?
Yeah. And all of us, hey, Neil! Exclamation point.
Neil, I got a great
N-E-I-L.
opportunity for you.
N-E-I-L.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Neil.
Hey, Neil, I
What's
got a
up,
great
buddy?
opportunity for you.
Miss you. Miss me.
Miss you. Yeah.
When were we ever?
Good seeing you again.
What are you missing?
When did we see each other?
When?
It's a plant extract.
We got to catch up.
that acid.
We got to
It's
catch
been
up.
too long.
It's often used as a sweetener in candies and other foods and can lead to dangerous low potassium levels if consumed in high enough doses, but it is rare to see a case of someone dying as a result of ingesting too much of the candy.
So, at what is the point of putting that in the New England Journal?
Remember, they're
of
telling
Medicine?
you this is the only reason he died. But they go on to say the man in Massachusetts had a poor diet and smoked a pack of cigarettes a day.
Okay, there you go.
I also like the idea that the New England Journal of Medicine is like, all right, we need a fun one. Let's go with like a fun
this
story.
Is the squirrel
Like,
on water
exactly.
skis.
Like,
Let's
all
do
right,
one
let's
for us.
like go with a wacky one.
Let's do one for
Call
us.
Mass General, see if they got any things up the butt or
Hey,
stuff
licorice.
like that.
Yeah. We know that everyone knows about smoking. We need to bring this one
Yeah.
out. Yeah, let's bring the
He had a
licorice.
poor diet. And he smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. Again, it's all on licorice, though.
Was it McDonald's?
According to his friends and
You
family.
guys want to ride on this black licorice thing?
Let's go. Let's go.
But it was a switch from red to black licorice 3 weeks before his death that doctors said proved fatal. I, on record, have never liked any form of licorice.
Really?
Even as a kid, I
love
never liked
licorice.
Twizzlers. I
You
never
gotta
liked any of
stop. You literally have to stop.
I'll stop.
I'm now concerned. I'm like, you gotta stop.
it. But you're more concerned for the career. You're
yeah,
like, yeah.
I don't want to fucking.
Let me
do
empty
jokes
out my
on
But
car.
you guys are
and I'll
licorice
be
guys,
fine.
I assume.
Are nibs still a thing?
They
Yes.
are still a thing.
And they haven't been canceled for that name?
That's a
Doesn't it feel a little something?
a little,
Feels a
yeah.
If
little
they started a
racist or-
Nibs Please campaign,
That you can't do
You
that.
can't do that.
I don't
cannot.
think you can.
So let's see. Where did we say this. He was doing cigarettes, and he switched from
cigarettes,
red to black.
bad food.
Dr. Henson said she interviewed the man's friends and family members, and doctors ran multiple laboratory tests that confirmed the man's potassium levels were below normal. The study, they also studied his medical history, which included heroin use.
Okay.
But again,
this is not, was he shooting the black licorice in his veins?
This is my life to a T. I am freaking out.
You
got
to stop all of it. The heroin,
once
the
used heroin, smoking
Quit
cigarettes.
the black licorice first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the gateway to all this other shit.
Keep the black tar heroin.
Did heroin... What was it?
The study of his medical history, which included heroin use, they thought that though he had not used opiates for 3 years, I would still say
It's probably still
that can
in
be
his
very
system.
hard
Still
on your
affecting
body.
his
Also,
sleep.
congrats to him for getting over it, but
Definitely.
who knows what
to
hung
him
with
for
you.
convincing people that it's black licorice.
Yeah,
It was black licorice. That was
covered
his
it
final
up.
words.
As he
Trust
went
me, it was
down.
a black
This
licorice.
is
Don't
the
look
black
any further.
licorice.
like the Onion headline
my
is
fries.
man with heroin addiction dupes the New England Medical Journal of Medicine to that it's licorice.
That is very true. There's no family history of cardiac disease. We had no other clear cause for why his potassium levels were so low.
So we
she
picked
said.
one that was stupid.
The case, quote,
Just say
raises a
that.
public health issue that consuming large amounts of black licorice can be hazardous to your health. Said one of the authors of the study done. Dr. Butala said consumers need to be informed by the candy and other food manufacturers of the level of this acid in their products. He also reported the case to the Food and Drug Administration. The FDA warns people who are 40 years old or older.
You better stop, Jay.
That eating how many ounces of black licorice a day for at least 2 weeks can cause heart rhythm or arrhythmia.
Wow. You
Yes.
can ruin
Wait,
your
I'm going to
heart.
ask you. So they say if
How
you
many
eat black
ounces a
licorice
day?
for
They're like
2
Pop
weeks,
Rocks.
Yeah.
if you eat it for
For the
2
old.
weeks, you can have arrhythmia. How many ounces a day are they telling you? If you're eating this many, you can end up with heart
12
arrhythmia.
ounces a day.
12? Neal, jump in with us.
Guys, I've been wrong all day.
I believe in you. I believe in you
The
right
hood
now.
is going to help.
The hood will help.
20.
Okay.
I'm going to say 8 ounces.
Well, 2 ounces.
That's it?
2.
Jay, you are fucked. Dude, you better stop
I'm
eating.
messing with fire.
This is Jay's intervention that he didn't
Yeah,
know.
this-
Hey,
This is
you got to
blocks.
stop eating the black
I
licorice.
don't even know.
I know.
Jesus.
Dr. Henson said people like to eat licorice. An occasional piece of licorice should not be alarmed by the case. Black
An
licorice is
occasional
not a
piece.
poison, Jackie B. Henson said.
Thank you.
Next, they're going to... If they go after hard
Black-
candy, these
Or the
motherfuckers.
Jolly
Butterscotch. If these...
Dude, if they touch
As long as they don't come for,
butterscotch,
as long as they don't come
if
for
they go
Reese's
after
Pieces.
Werther's
Okay.
at all,
From my cold, dead, overdosed on black
right?
licorice hands.
How about tiny root beer barrel candies? They
No,
can't.
the Werthers that start out crunchy on the outside and then have a
Little
soft caramel inside.
Yeah. They can do whatever they want as long as they leave
Old people.
Reese's Pieces alone.
Am I right?
Old people.
Is he right?
We'll get out of here this.
Is he right?
How old is the Massachusetts man that died
died?
from too much licorice?
Still working
Jason?
construction.
I'm going to say 58.
Okay.
67.
To go with the people not looking at the evidence, 119.
We get out of here and then we have story
Oldest
number
man
3.
in the world dies of black licorice.
The Massachusetts man who kicked heroin, I hope it
Amazing.
seems, but still loved to eat at McDonald's and
Loves
smoked a pack of cigarettes a day.
Sure.
And
Worst
we're
construction
going-
with
we're-
like
worst
asbestos and
construction,
whatever
walks his dog,
dust is
but
in
we're
his
going after
lungs.
big
Yeah.
black licorice.
Right.
Where he cleaned up Superfund sites. Worked at 3 Mile Island.
Yeah, exactly.
Was there on 9/12 to help
Yep.
with
Yeah, exactly.
He was 54 years old.
Wow.
Is
What
that
did you
over
say?
here?
I said 58.
Wow.
Okay.
What'd you say?
119.
19. I had a 67.
Jason's up for our third
There you
story
go.
when we come
Jay,
back.
give us a little taste of what we're
Tell
going to
us,
see
Jay.
in segment 3.
A dude on his honeymoon does dude things to the highest degree.
Okay,
I
we
wanna
got that
pare
on the
that
other side of the
headline
break.
down a little bit.
Neal Brennan's special, which is on Netflix, is called Blocks, and his subsequent podcast is also called Blocks. Check all that stuff out. You can do it in the break. Subscribe to it in the break. Put it on your I love this and send Netflix a message saying it's a great.
Please send them a message and tell them.
We'll be right back with more Dumb People Town and Neal Brennan right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show.
Take us home, Jim.
I'm going to bring us home. Here's the headline. Last story. Man arrested.
taking me home?
Yeah, I'm
take
taking
it.
you home.
Taking it all the way- all the way home.
I have black licorice in the car. Man arrested during prostitution sting snuck away from sleeping wife on honeymoon.
I mean,
That's bold.
Yeah.
he didn't get a bachelor party, maybe.
Also, where are you honeymoon? Not that you
Where?
can't find prostitutes or sex workers anywhere.
I mean, anywhere. This was sent in by Jank Gyllenhaal at small batch _. You don't see a lot of underscores following the name, just a flat out.
On the name of the service?
No, this is our.
Underscores should have never been.
Underscores.
I'm going to go on the record as saying.
Are you going to underscore that? I can't underscore this. I can't underscore that.
What was underscore serving before handles on the internet? What was the use?
You used to underscore something important,
but that would be underlining it.
You go under the word.
Yeah, you go under the word.
It was never
you go like this is just.
What was
for
an
its
underscore
own
serving
sake.
Grammatically prior to?
Maybe it was for like fill in the blank for Mad Libs, basically.
Yeah, so it was Mad Libs, but it was also like maybe in a thing where you're not allowed to do a space, so you needed that to fill
I wonder if it's a holdover from DOS.
I don't know. Who knows? Stupid. All right, here we go. You're talking about the next.
What is it at this point? Right? Am I right, ladies?
Right, ladies.
What am I? A holdover from DOS?
Yeah.
Go on.
What did I just brand a woman during a volleyball tournament? What am I? Speaking of DOS,
don't you dare bring. This is where my COVID.
Don't you dare bring Keith Raniere into this.
You leave him out of it, and his giant glasses that are too big for his face.
But his perfectly sized headband.
Yeah. Well, the headband worked, and the short shorts.
Did you ever
worked.
hang out with people when you weren't laying down on a couch?
Like, also, put some fucking shoes and socks on, you monster.
And like, you know that like Karch Karai probably got a phone call like for Steve Timmons. I'm doing 2 Olympic U.S. men's volleyball players. Flo Hyman, like these people are getting
Roddy. What was his name? Fuck. Go on.
St. John Smith.
You guys are
They get a
insane.
phone call and it's like, what about? Do you know anything about what's your connection to the Nexium cult? What? I just played volleyball for the U.S. That's how much he's ruined. You know how Cosby ruined the colorful sweater?
And
not
a few other
to
things.
you, he didn't.
Folks!
Guys, go on YouTube. This is going to be worth it just for that joke.
Cosby ruined the colorful sweater for everyone but me. Keith Raniere ruined volleyball. All right. Police in Florida say a man was arrested during a prostitution sting while his honeymoon.
Looks like a Cosby sweater that you bleached.
Yeah, it's like
Cosby out of it.
You're trying to whitewash a Cosby sweater. Look, I'm trying to make it.
I'm not throwing away $110.
I mean, come on.
Only because 30 women got sexually assaulted.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? I didn't do it. Sting on his honeymoon as his new wife slept.
Now I got to suffer?
Yeah.
I don't think you wanted to get married.
I won't tell you how old he was.
To her.
We'll guess in the end. Allegedly thought he was going to meet someone to pay for sex, but instead was met by an undercover police officer.
So he's mad that he got caught. Hey,
That's all he's
guys,
mad about.
I was just going to meet a woman to have sex. I didn't realize it was going to be a sting. Now I've created such shame on my family. If this wasn't a sting, if the dumb police wouldn't have tried to sting people, everything would be fine.
If I know women, she'll only stay with them for another 4 or 5 years.
I was going to hope for the other one. I'd be like, honeymoon, at least you can get it annulled. It's very easy.
Right. Like,
Is she saying on some level, I can fix him?
I can fick him.
I can fix him.
Yeah,
I can fix him. According to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, which operates in an area that includes Tampa, Florida. So now we know where we are.
We know you're
That's
in
the
Tampa.
honeymoon?
Yep. The man was
Tampa.
part of over
Where do you
how
live
many arrests?
That's exotic in the honeymoon.
To me, I think like if you're going to Tampa, you live in Jacksonville.
So
Like, what's
in our
honeymoon?
world, like in our neighborhood,
You live in a tunnel
Sure.
in Alabama.
in Pensacola.
People shit on Mackinac Island in the Dells. It's way better than
No,
fucking...
Mackinac Island's nice. Tampa has a
Do
zoo.
you like 68-degree water? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
in
Wake
peak
up.
summer, 68.
Peak
like
summer.
Busch
the
Gardens.
hottest.
Yeah.
So in our neighborhood, when the cops need money, they just put a cop, down behind the country store on Laurel Canyon, and then
Just ring it up.
and then they're like,
Tickets,
we need
tickets,
to
tickets.
make some money. And
Dude,
they
have
just-
you seen people get pulled over recently?
On
'cause
Laurel,
I
I've
was
seen a ton.
running
Yeah.
stop signs on a canyon.
Yeah.
I don't want to say which one.
No.
And come on, let's
Yeah.
keep a little
Yeah,
something
it's
for
fine.
me.
Give it-
That's right.
And
Blox is doing
I
very
haven't
well.
thought I haven't seen someone get pulled over in so long.
Oh my God! I
I've
just
seen
on the
a
way here
ton.
saw someone.
I've
pulled
seen
over.
a ton, and I think that's just how they do it. In Florida, they're like, get out the prostitution ring.
Yeah.
We gotta
Because
make
I
some
want
money.
you guys to guess how many arrests were made
an
by the
NFL
Department
one.
of Human Trafficking Squad in the Miami Herald reported this. In Tampa,
this ring.
In this ring that they were, in this little run, how many people did they arrest?
134.
Ooh, I was going to go 119. I don't know
119,
why.
134.
That was his age.
I was going to go 119.34.
Come on, give me a guess.
110.
110. Get your answers in. This man was
This
partying.
ring.
was part of 170 arrests.
Wow.
made.
100 in how long?
Probably in a day.
Not a day.
No, in a couple weeks.
But yeah, maybe a month. They set up a little task force.
Unbelievable. Sheriff.
Little task force,
Yeah,
some cute little outfit.
little try.
little
try.
bandana.
Windows
Hop
down.
in the car and let's
Little
drive
logo.
over to the,
Windows down, AC on.
little Photoshop.
let's drive over to
here we
this
go.
motel slash. An August 25th news conference, Sheriff Chronister walked out onto a stage with easels holding up enlarged displays with a grid of mugshots of arrested
Do you think they
people.
just cropped his save the date?
It was unclear if any of the people in the mugshots on display had been on trial or had retained a lawyer.
That does
or could
feel a
state their
little
defense. It's a little weird,
civil
but
rights
fine. Yeah, I don't know if
issue,
you're. A call was placed to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, but details about the cases weren't immediately available for release, citing ongoing proceedings. They displayed the name, mugshot, and alleged details of the man arrested on his honeymoon and the full screen of the department's press conference,
That had to
streamed
be
and posted on Facebook. So
course.
the wedding already happened. You're
Right.
in for the. So that's why she's going to stay with him for a little, because they already spent the money on the wedding and
She's in too deep.
she's in too deep.
Phil
She's like,
Collins.
listen,
Phil
to,
Collins.
I can fick him. Listen to this
Phil
guy.
Collins song as well.
Here we go. Chronister at one point. This is the sheriff.
Chronister.
During the press conference, spoke in a stern tone and said, quote,
Wait, he's pissed.
If you want to traffic another for sex, if you want to purchase another individual for sex, if
leave
you
your
want to
honeymoon.
prey on the children of our community,
Oh, whoa.
go to another county. So he's not even saying don't
He's
do
not
it.
opposed to it. Just he doesn't like it around.
I don't want to have to deal with it.
This guy's an idiot.
It's not.
I mean, I
bad.
appreciate
It's
what
not
he's trying to
inherently
do,
bad.
but
It
I'm
just
not
doesn't
saying
work for
don't
us.
do it.
Right.
Just doesn't work for us.
I
do it
appreciate
in
what
our
he's trying to do, but
This
how
is
about all
this-
counties?
We didn't change.
No.
You changed. We changed. You
We didn't
change.
do this. That's right. Because the odds are against you that your photo is going to be on one of these boards. He
Right.
says, gesture
Too many
to the
double
visual
negatives.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, I
Odds
don't
are
understand.
against
Chronister.
you.
He hit him with a chronister.
If the odds are against you,
That's called chronistering.
He chronistered that sentence.
Chronis for the hell of it. We're going to get out of here on this.
Okay.
How old is the man who's left his sleeping wife on his honeymoon to go pay for sex, and it turned out to be an undercover cop?
Under 25 or over 35.
Yeah.
All right,
So
pick one and go with
or
it.
pick two. You can either
You heard me.
Yeah, under 25 or over 35.
I've been wrong every time. It doesn't matter.
All right.
So you're gonna say 24 and
I like
36.
I like that you're the guy at the roulette table just betting in
Both sides.
thirds of
Yeah, you
numbers.
can't follow. You don't know if I'm up or down.
You're voting red
I'm
and
down.
black. He's voting red
I'm
and
gonna go
black.
32.
32.
Yeah.
You said I'm going to give you 36. What do you, or 23?
Not taking it. Under 25, over 35.
24 or 36.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'll go. What'd you say?
36.
27.
32. I said 32.
32, 27, under 25,
36 over 35.
16. I changed my mind.
16. All right, this dude, unbelievable. No, they didn't give his name, but he
Yeah,
was
but they didn't
found
stick
out.
his picture up
They
on the.
put his picture
Right.
up.
Yeah.
We'll get out of here on this. As we said once again,
Chronister Jr. It was
Subscribe
the-
to Blocks.
it was
I'm
the
promoting your
sheriff's
shit.
son.
Subscribe to Blocks and watch Blocks
Blocks
on
on
Netflix. You will thank us for it. This dude was 34 years old.
There you go,
Ooh.
Daniel.
On the
Right under where he
cusp.
said it
Kind of
was.
were on the cusp. You were on the
I
cusp.
was wrong twice.
No. Well, you were kind of right. Like you were very much on the edge.
I was 0 for 6 today, guys.
There you go.
Pretty
0
proud
for
of that.
6, and we
Okay.
only guessed 3 times. Neal Brennan, thank you for joining us on Dumb People Town. We love you, dude. And like
boys.
every great writer's room that you've ever been in where you fucked around before you had to go to work, you're like, oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.